Clayton Williams.
And I'm Lee Wilson.
We're Two Guys Outdoors.
And we're out here today and we've set up a couple of very simple traps, one snaring trap and one deadfall trap. And we're going to share that with you guys and see how they work.
Alright.
Howdy, we're back and we're going to go over the deadfall trap first. And this is just a really basic, primitive deadfall. What you have here is a trigger stick, your main support, and then basically your fall stick, which is going to support the actual weight of what's going to, fall on whatever happens by. And this is just a real small critter trap. You could technically make a deadfall trap that is very, very large for getting larger game, but that's not really the point of this. The point of this is just to have something, that's going to catch you a little rabbit or a squirrel or something like that. So going back to the trap here, your trigger stick is going to be your bait stick actually, and you're going to put some bait on there, whatever you have lying around that will attract whatever game you're looking for. In my previous video I went over, I always carry these things called bumble bars, and what I would do is I'd take a little bit of bumble bar, it's kind of sugary and nutty, and stick that on there, and that would probably attract a good squirrel or something. So what's going to happen is they're going to come in and they're going to eat on this, and they're going to put a little bit of pressure, and then boom, all of a sudden the rock's just going to crunch them, and hopefully if it's small game it'll be enough to kill them, and if it's a larger piece of game then it won't hurt them and they'll just run off and you can come back later and reset your trap. So the basic way of setting that up here is you have your rock and your trigger stick has a notch here in it, and that goes into your notch in your main post, and then there's a secondary notch right here on your bait stick, and then your main trapping stick's going to go in there like that. And sometimes these things are a little hard to put together. I'll see if I can get this right on the camera for you guys. I've also cut a little notch in this thing. So you kind of hold the whole thing together if you can. And take your rock or your big log, whatever you have, stick it on there, kind of adjust it around to where it's all gonna sit pretty and not do that. It takes a little bit of fiddling around with to get everything set right, There it is again. Alright, now we're going to turn it over to Clayton. He's going to go over the split ring snare trap.
Alright, we're back. What we've got set up here is a split ring snare trap. What you've got, the reason it's called a split ring snare is because you've got two split rings right here, two key rings pretty much, that act as part of your trigger. You've got it uses the tension of a sapling or a green tree right by a game trail. It would obviously typically be more set up in a more hidden type thing, but you could use this as a bait stick. Just put your your snare loop right in there, and then does that. It's didn't have a long enough pull on this branch, but that's the general idea. And we learned on the first time, always this snap ring or slip ring is kind of tethered on its own, but you might want to tether your other one, because the first time we set this up we did lose a slip ring. Our bad, but you learn from your mistakes. But it's pretty simple to set back up, really. It's a little easier if you got extra hand or two, but feed your tree loop here through your bigger snap or slip ring. Sorry, I keep saying snap ring. You gotta hold some tension on that. Put your smaller ring through there, and and just use this split stick right here, like old school clothespin, and just slide it right. No, that ain't it. Yeah, like I said, it's easier if you got 3 hands, but it's the only downfall to this trap is it's kind of hard to reset.
And this is a trap we actually found out about from Jeff Randall's Adventure Training, which is the same, you know, guy and company that makes the rat knives. It's a pretty cool little trap.
If you have a longer pull on your tree, it'll actually take something off the ground. But we're just trying to find a place kind of out here in the open around a big tree where we can do that. Alright, we'll talk to y'all later.